This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago.
This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago.
Welcome. I got no sound.
Are you out? Are you trying now?
There you go. That's what you got. You got to put the sound up for me, brother.
Hey, I didn't see it that way.
Welcome to Chicago. This is the TCSF and TTNL pregame show for the Chicago Bears and the Cleveland Browns. We are home today at the lakefront. It is a cold one.
Freezing.
It's nipples.
My
And
nuts are
they're in your stomach.
yeah, they're non-existent right now.
They're non-existent. You're back in puberty. You're back to being 12.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a tough one today at the lakefront. And if you don't know who we are, that's Ivan, and I'm Big Z. Just a quick one. We literally had to run in here and get everything set up because it's been a cold one. Everything's a little bit behind. People are driving slow, getting in your way.
Yeah, people are just I'll get into that later because it'll just be a rant.
That's all you do is you give off rants. So Chicago Bears versus the Browns. We have a lot of inactives, and I want to get into that before we start on what our keys to the game will be. But the Chicago Bears look like they will be out with a bunch of players.
Yeah, so I got it.
You got it? Go ahead.
So inactives for today: Tyson Bagent, Travis Homer, Dominique Robinson, Jade Walker, Ruben Hippolyte, and Jonathan Ford will be out for the Chicago Bears today. Tyson Bagent out. That's a little surprising. Thank you, sir. I don't know what happened. I'm sure that Case Keenum is going to be a viable backup, but it still sucks. Tyson Bagent not being, able to, handle his backup role today. Travis Homer, does that move the needle either way?
No,
not really.
Not really.
Dominique Robinson, we need more pass rushers, but he's been more than underwhelming as a Chicago Bear. Jade Walker, who knows what he could do because you never see him, only on special teams. And then Ruben Hippolyte and Jonathan Ford, all right, the Bears right now are healthy enough to go out there today and handle this Cleveland Browns team. I think it might be closer than people think because of the elements, but the Bears have all the tools and all the talent on their side to go ahead and pretty much take care of a Browns team, I think, pretty well in hand. But, we've been preaching this the entire season. It's your offensive identity is run the ball, work off of that with play action, go under center, work off of that with play. It's been a consistent drumbeat for us here. And it pisses me off when you start to, see things that don't align with your identity, right? So why wasn't the game plan, in the first half against the Packers to run the ball like you did in the second half? Why'd you get away from it when you were playing the Eagles so well? Why'd you get away from that? I know you have to make adjustments, but it's like, why'd you get away from that identity? And that today cannot be. Today is a day where your identity needs to be at the forefront. Monangai and Swift, run the rock, get those big uglies up front moving forward, and let's get going downhill on this Cleveland Browns team. If we sit in shotgun, if we continue to try to pass the ball, if we get down early, Myles Garrett and crew are going to have some fun. You don't want him to break the sack record on you today, right?
No.
I think it needs 3 more sacks.
Yeah.
So I think Garrett will get his, but if you want to limit him, run the football with Monangai and Swift, control the clock, and go downhill against the Cleveland.
I see there should be a lot of on offense, a lot of option plays where depending on what where Myles Garrett is lining up, that you should have a play or 2 or 3 with different options. All right, he's lining on the left. All right, we're gonna audible to quick out to the right, Monangai to the right. But again, they went away from their identity, which was running the ball, and it ended up costing them a couple of games. We've seen what happened with over there at with Green Bay. We saw it with the Ravens when they are not effective running the ball. And I know that when they're getting pre-snap penalties, it sets them back for longer yardage. And you see what happened last week. It was 30-15 early on. All right, we got to pass the ball, and then they can't complete. And Caleb knows he needs to be better in the first half. He knows he needs to be better. We've had one game where we dominated on offense from start to finish and been ahead, and this has not been the case. You cannot continue to play with house money. You saw where it bit you out in the ass last year. Last week, the kick that we missed, the first half, that was what he had 3 points or something. It's you cannot continue to do that, because we talked about it with Steve this past Monday. You cannot continue to play with house money, because it's not going to go well against the upper echelon teams who are doing phenomenal and can shut down the run game and they say, hey, beat us with the pass.
Yeah, it's just all got to be cleaner. He knows it. He's mentioned it. It's got to be faster. It's got to be cleaner. It's got to be better. I would be more concerned if he was acting as if nothing was wrong.
Right.
That would be more concerning for me, because you got a whole culture where it seems like you guys are embracing this accountability, right? You're embracing that, right? You're with each other, amongst each other in the locker room, amongst the media, with the fans. Like, you're embracing this this accountability identity, and that's good and all. It's just like, hey, don't allow yourself to get away from who you are, because then that's where we have to come in, right? And that's where we have to say, hey, this is where you went wrong. This is where we think it could have been a little bit different. And not to say that Ben Johnson's not going to be a great head coach at all. It's just, I think everybody, including Ben and Caleb, they all they all embrace the accountability. And I think Chicago, for the most part, needs to embrace that too. So when they say this, hold them accountable when they're wrong, right? Yes. Caleb's been held accountable his entire professional career so far, because everybody's been jumping on him for every little thing. So for me to see him just embrace it and say, I've got to be better. I want to be better. That's something that's a positive for me. Now go out there and execute.
Definitely needs to go out there and execute. You're looking at what the Browns, it looks like it looks like a mash.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
My God, I used to turn the TV right.
Yeah, that's when you know it's time to go to sleep, when MASH was on.
The whole helicopter shot.
Yeah. I gotta go to sleep. And if you stay past that, you got the American flag. Yeah. That's how old we were.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get the American flag. I got the.
Oh, you got that? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They got David Njoku is out. Dylan Sampson is out for them. Wyatt Teller. You've got Denzel Ward. Obviously, Deshaun Watson is at the massage parlor. Other than that, there's a lot of questionables, and but they have a lot of guys who did not practice this week. Shoulder concussion, knees, quad. It's a beat up, and that's why they're 3-10.
It's a beat up 3-10 squad. That's why going out there in the first half, setting the tone. I want. To be honest with you, I would like 2 touchdowns in the first half for the Chicago Bears, maybe even more, right? That to me, against this team, and I know they had a good defense, they got a good pass rush, but you've watched other teams. The Tennessee Titans score points on. Titans scored 30 points on this team, right?
And they're a good run defense, but last week they gave up 180 yards. So,
right. So
you can run on them.
You can run on them. Pollard got off last week against them. That's who you. This is a prime game for the Chicago Bears to go ahead and give off an exhibition of what they do well, and that's running the football. Now, Caleb, right, when it's time for your number to be called, you got to execute. The sailing, the footwork issue that you've had a little bit here and there, still like kind of lingering, in certain plays or during certain drives. Like,
I get it, but I feel like we're nitpicking, because when Patrick Mahomes does it, he's phenomenal.
Absolutely. And that's part of why I'm like, when people jump on any little thing, I'm just like, dude, have you watched any of the other games like this year? Have you watched Lamar? Have you watched, Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl champion? Have you watched it? These quarterbacks are out there struggling. Yeah. And we have a second-year guy who was neglected in his development last year, coming in with a first-year head coach who sees the potential and is getting as much as he can out of him right now, and will get more out of him, in the years to come. He just, to me, it's just clean up the little things, and that's going to have to take place in the offseason. There's a lot of work to be done in the offseason for Caleb Williams. I don't think Caleb Williams should, whenever this season ends, and I hope it's late, whenever it ends, you got to have that mentality of, the season is just starting.
No, day one.
Yeah,
it's day one. Yes.
Day one all over again.
Take that Tom Brady approach.
Go back into the locker room. Go
Yes.
start working out.
Yep.
Go get ready for next season, because if you really want to be that quarterback, you really want to be that guy, those are the things that you need to do. The time that you spend by yourself needs to be time spent perfecting your craft. And that will elevate Caleb Williams next season.
I can't wait till he starts doing that. Looking at what Shedeur Sanders did last week, 23 for 42, 364 yards, 3 TDs, 1 interception. He was also the leading rusher. So the kid can play.
Yeah.
The kid can play. So let's not deny that he cannot play. He's an NFL quarterback, and he's starting for one of the worst organizations in the NFL history, right?
Well, again, we talk about it, and I'll go back to that Saints game where it was like, oh, we should head nuts.
Right.
Man,
Exactly.
Like I said, you had Spencer Rattler out there looking
Slinging
like a
it.
Pro Bowler.
Slinging it.
Because you have no pass rush. If you don't put Shedeur off his mark, you don't hit him, you don't get to him, you don't sack him, and he'll sit back there and do what Tyler Huntley did to you.
Mhm.
Do what Spencer Rattler did to you. Do it. A lot of these quarterbacks have been doing to us with a clean pocket.
With Joe Flacco.
That's just sitting Joe Flacco. That's just sitting there
Yeah.
and picking us apart. You need a pass rush. You got to find a way to generate it. Dennis Allen has been doing a great job manufacturing it and trying to, get that pass rush going with blitzes and a lot of corner blitzes in particular. Yeah, I need the front four to do something today. You got guys that are out for that offensive line. You need to take advantage. This needs to be a game that gets you off the snide, right? Like gets this off a defensive line going a little bit. You got a big game coming up, but this one right here, if you don't execute, Shedeur will pick you apart. He will. Any quarterback with time will pick you apart.
And let's not snooze at who they have on offense. Like, I mean, they have some players.
You got Jerry Jeudy out there. You got Krishan Judkins, Fannin Jr.
Mhm.
I don't know if Njoku is back.
No, Njoku, I thought we would say he was out. Yeah, I think we said he was out.
You got some guys out
You
there.
got Tillman out there. Yeah, they got some wide receivers.
They got some weapons, and Fannin Jr. will be utilized today. That is for sure. He's a Swiss Army knife of a player, can do it all, really, like truthfully do it all well. But as a playmaker, he was found last week, and if it's beginning to look like Shedeur's trusting Noah Fannin Jr., man, that he could be a dangerous weapon for him. So you got to be able to recognize where he is at on the field. But the most important thing is you got to get Shedeur scrambling. You got to get him rattled. You got to get him off his mark. That is the most important thing today. Yeah,
Dennis Allen is going to have to, in my opinion, disguise the pass rush or the blitzes within the defense, where it's going to be going back to we're playing a zone defense, but we're going to stunt him. We're going to send some guys at him to confuse him. That's the entire thing. What you need to do is confuse him so he doesn't. Again, he's 4 games into his NFL career, so you've got to be able to confuse him and show him different looks, so that way he can react in a way that you want him to react, which is a panic state. Hey, throw it away, throw a pick. Hey, he's holding the ball too long, and you pop him. Yeah. You need to be able to get to him. All right, as simple as that. Let's talk about that.
And if you really want to get it going, I mean, the run game for them. The run game for them is how they're going to try to beat us, right? It's the same kind of formula that we have for them, right?
Right.
Quinshon Judkins running the football. I think they'll run heavy. If you could stymie that run game and you put them in these 3rd and longs and you put them in these, passing situations where you could have your pass rushers, or Dennis Allen could dial up some type of blitzes, then you have a recipe for good things against this Cleveland Browns team, because now you're putting Shedeur in a position where he has to make a play. I'm not saying that he can't make plays, but he has to make a play under duress. That's what you want for against a young quarterback. Put him under duress, put him to the test, and let's see if he can limit the mistakes.
What does Ben Johnson need to do on offense, especially in this first half? Because we've seen multiple first halves where they start off slow. How do we get DJ more involved?
Yeah, it's a $1 million question. How do you get DJ going? What's up with DJ? I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with DJ. I just think it's personally, I just think it's how how their offenses run, right? Like if you're finding the open guy, it's like it's not
which is fine.
Your name on the back of the jersey is not the most important thing. So it's like you're finding the open guy, but it's almost as if like last week I was expecting more
from DJ.
More DJ. More DJ targets.
He said he schemed DJ for this week and nothing happened.
He did, and nothing happened, which is crazy. I was like, all right, I'll believe you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna call him a liar, but it's just it's like, why can't we get more? Why can't you as a head coach or as a playmaker, play caller, why can't we figure out how to get him going? What's the issue here? It's a lot of people point to DJ and him not finishing routes. Like there's an element of the player and I think the scheme that comes into play where it's just not truly meshing. But if you got a player, not fully committed in certain plays, it's hard to look at it and say, all right, well, now we have to get him going.
Oh, I mean, in my opinion, it's like, why are we not mixing them up? Why not making them, the Y instead of the X? Move them to the secondary, because that's what Rome is, right? Rome is a secondary receiver in the scheme of things, and he's getting a lot more catches. Is it because he's getting more separation? Is it because he has more chemistry with Caleb? In my opinion, we should be throwing, hey, here's a 4 yard slant real quick. Boom. Boom. Get him into rhythm.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because he's good at yak.
Yeah, I can see that shorter passes, getting him into a rhythm, having him run after the catch. That I could see definitely working, for the Bears and with DJ Moore, getting him going. But
right. Bring the defense in, and then you can go over the top.
Like how many, how often have you seen it? I haven't seen it a whole bunch.
No. We see nothing but Vegas Jones gadget plays for DJ Moore. Yeah, and I do not like that. I do not like that at all.
End arounds, like you got him at fullback at times. You got him doing, and these wide receiver screens, they haven't been really clean at all.
No.
At all this year. And we keep going back to him in particular with DJ. And it's like, that's got to be frustrating to him because he's getting the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's getting the ball, basically getting blasted immediately. And if he's not, that's if the ball gets there. But regardless of that, if the ball gets there, he's still getting hit because there's nobody blocking on these. It seems like they're just blowing up every wide receiver screen that we have.
Well, they know if it's DJ in the backfield, they know he's running.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's
it's a predictable thing.
Kind of, because you don't have to run them, but you kind of have an idea of, okay, DJ being in the backfield means something, right?
Yeah.
Like him being in the backfield
means
it's either a decoy or there's something else coming.
Yeah.
He's involved some way, somehow. But you just got to be, I mean, it's all about being disciplined. Like if they're in man, obviously you got to have somebody watching them. There's somebody going to be on him. But if they're sitting in the zone and you got DJ out there, in the backfield, I just want to see them attack as a receiver more than just this gadget. And I know he could do it.
He can do it.
But
like in Carolina with lesser talent.
Yeah, and it's just like I said, you get at a certain point, I think you got to start looking for him, right? It's got to be like, all right, I'm going to look for DJ, because I don't think that's necessarily how it goes. I don't think it's like unless it's Rome, but I don't think that's how it goes throughout the entire game, where it's like, oh, I'm looking for Rome and Rome only. I'm looking for this guy and this. I think a little bit of it might have to be in Caleb's hands, where it's like, I'm going to find DJ. We're like, it's going to happen, like on this play or whatever. He makes the conscious decision to say, we're going to get you going. I'm looking for you, right? You're going to be my number one option right here. Like that's kind of how
I see, I can throw you the ball.
Right. That's kind of how I see it having to go in order for him to get going. So
I'm over here reading about, we were asking about Taysom Bacon. He was sent home due to an illness.
Oh, he's sick. So it might be the flu or whatever to make, stomach flu or viral flu, whatever there might be. So it looks like you got to get him out the
because that spreads like wildfire. Yeah, that's definitely something that you want.
Yeah, that sucks. But I think Case Keenum. I mean, Case Keenum's a serviceable backup. Definitely, more than serviceable backup.
Hey, right now he's holding the clipboard. And that's all I need you to do, bro. That's all. Talk to Caleb on the sideline. That's all I need you to coach him up.
And that's what he's been doing a pretty good job for him. Like, in Caleb's ear, helping him out, talking him up, getting him motivated, keeping him, kind of even keel. Like he's done what I would I would expect a backup quarterback, a veteran backup quarterback, to be doing, especially with a younger guy. You know what I mean? Like, he knows his role, and he's playing that role well. So, like, God forbid anything happened today that he gets in, I would trust a guy like Case Keenum,
who knows the offense backwards and forwards. Yeah, there wouldn't be much of a drop off except mobility, right?
Well, I mean,
mobility
for sure,
because he's gonna hand the ball off a lot more.
The arm, yeah, but I don't know if Case Keenum has the arm strength of. I mean, maybe back in the day, he definitely had some arm strength. I don't know what.
But our offense isn't stretching the field by throwing down the field 40 yards.
I hear you. But Caleb's putting the ball into places where most people can't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But most people can't. So it's not a knock on Case Keenum. It's just it's just how good Caleb Williams is. But regardless of that, we got about 15 minutes left.
15 minutes there. So let's do our keys to the game on offense and defense. Who's going to be your player, and what's your strategy for the game?
Yeah, run the rock, like the Eagle strategy. Run the rock, run the rock. You had a big time defensive line against Philadelphia. You were able to move them over. You were able to do some good things in the second half against the Packers too, running the football. So
yes, we did.
The key to the game for the Chicago Bears is control the clock, run the football, take advantage of the mistakes of the Cleveland Browns. Get Shador off the mark. Force Shador to make decisions that are difficult. Force him to make mistakes. Take advantage of the mistakes. That's how that's how the Bears have been playing all season. When they win, that's what they do. They take advantage of the mistakes. They run the rock well, and that's it. Like that's how you're gonna beat this Cleveland team. That's how you're gonna find success against the rest of the schedule. So run the rock. Get Shador off his mark. And for God's sakes, if anybody let me go.
Gather your thoughts.
I'm about to. If anybody needs to come up big today, like in big spots, it's a guy like Austin Booker. It's a guy like a Montez Sweat.
Booker's been great against the run, not so much against the pass.
If you guys want to make a name for it, because like I said, come this offseason, there's going to be guys gone.
Oh, we talked about it last week. Yes, on the pod.
If you want to be on this football team as a defensive player, you need to start stepping your game up. Because I don't think that they're going to sit here and not flip that defensive roster. I don't think they're going to sit on their hands and just be like, all right, we're good. We'll deal with what we got. We'll sign some of these. No.
This year will be the year of a drafting defensive player,
next year would be the year of the defensive player for the Chicago Bears to get that talent pool up. But right now, the focus for these players, in particular on defense, if you want to have a job with this team next year, you need to start stepping your game up. We got 4 fucking games before we get to the playoffs. God willing, we're there. This is the time. You need to raise that level of play. You can't let Shador go wild, man, or they're going to beat us. I got the Chicago Bears winning, what did I say, 19-13. I think it's a close game. I think the Bears control the clock. I think they do enough. I think might be a late surge by the Browns, but I think for the most part, the Bears control the game. Win ugly, win, but they're gonna win in a lower scoring fashion, I feel like.
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna go my score first, 24-18. That's where I see this. I think a lot of field goals from the Cleveland Browns because we're gonna stop them in the red zone. 24-18. Definitely run the rock. You need Monangai to get off. You've seen what he did.
Yeah.
You've seen what he did in the last couple of weeks. Give him the ball. He needs 20 carries plus.
If I got a yard, I want Monangai. If it's a yard, I want Monangai. Like that's just how.
If it's 4th and 1, I need Monangai. He's our guy.
Kyle Monangai.
Yeah. So that's why you got offense. I'm hoping that the tight ends are really good at pass block and run block today. You're gonna need them to chip a lot. And chip and release. And we talked about that last week, and they didn't really use it. I thought that you chip, release, give Caleb a lane to throw. If you want to use your running back in that same formation, that's fine. But I feel like running the ball is going to get these guys to come in. Cool, great. We just dump it over to my guy real quick. Let him get the yards. Stop playing hero ball until you have to play hero ball.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if they're like that here. Like, there's still an element. Like, don't get me wrong.
No, I
just
mean,
think it's like it's way less than what it was last year. What it was at the beginning of the season. Yeah, but you're correct. Like, it's take what's in front of you.
Yeah.
Take advantage of that. Like, if they're giving you the yards, take it.
Take it. Let your players make plays. They get paid money to make plays. Let them do that. Swift has been running better ever since he took that time off of the injury. And then, he saw one guy go off. He's like, well, I got to get back in there. And guess what? That the competition creates a good thing on offense. Yeah. Hey, I need the ball. I want to be the number one guy running the ball.
Complement each. I think they both like the fact that they're like they could both eat. I think there's a unselfishness amongst them where they're like, okay, he's got the rock. I get the rock.
Swift has no choice because he may not be here next year.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you could still have you could still be a Jag. You know what I mean? Like, even though you're not gonna be, you could still be a Jag. Like, oh well, I need the touches because if I'm not gonna be here next year, I gotta have my tape. Yeah. And I gotta have these guys seeing what I could do.
Yeah.
That you could have people being a Jag. Like that's I feel like that's a reality. But like you said, it's great to see them both complementing each other, both working well together, and they both understand like they have a unique situation amongst them where they actually lead the offense, like they're leading the offense,
right, which is great. But at the same time, there's times where we get away from them, and I don't like it. It's hopefully Ben is bloodthirsty today and wants to just run down somebody's throat. And we get that same type of outcome that we did in Philly. Yeah, on defense, I need Nahshon Wright get another pick, and I need Montez Sweat to show up and actually earn his paycheck because I know he's getting double teamed. But hey, bro, so is Myles Garrett. Is Myles Garrett. And the story.
Yeah, he will be. Myles Garrett. He's the game wrecker, right? He's the ultimate game. He's the one. He's the one player on that team that scares the daylights out of you because if he makes plays, like that ball could be turned over, that he could wreck situations where you're driving. Like these are things that take you out of the game. He can do, and it's very important that we curtail Myles Garrett's productivity.
I would say if you can use his aggressiveness against him and scheme it that way, I think we are going to be in good shape. So we said Bears, close game, run the ball. It is a cold one in Chicago. It's going to be like -18
balls
with the witches balls cold.
Yeah.
It's going to be bad. We are live at TECALITLAN. We are here for the pregame and halftime show, and then we're going to go mobile for our post-game show. You might show up at your house. Might show up at your bar. We don't know where we're going to show up. We have that capability. All right. So keep it here with us for the halftime show. We're going to watch the game. We're going to get some great food here at TECALITLAN in Lincoln Park. Come on, show support. It's a family-owned business. It's not one of those chains. They have great food. I even had tacos last time and ate all the chips and salsa. And the beer.
Yeah, the beer's
good. We got here and we got beer right away. So, all right, everybody, bear down. We'll be back at the halftime show. Keep it here with TTNL and True Chicago sports fans.
Peace.